YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do consider liking, sharing, and definitely subscribing to the platform. And if you're a member of the platform, massive respect for all you lovely people that's giving us the continuous support. Do saw all of you guys' comments, and definitely I'm going to pick 2 or 3 for this 30 minutes just the same. So as you saw by the title, it's going to be Curacao versus Jamaica preview predictions. So I'm going to look at a few systems that might can get the job done for Curacao and also get the job done for Jamaica. So you know my thing, that's how I look at everything. And then obviously I'm going to take a few comments here and there so we can chop up things. But I just have like 30 minutes, and because I have like 3 to 4 videos to live streams today, I can't come on early. I will not come on early for the Jamaica game. I might have to come exactly at the time of when the Jamaica game starts, if I have the strength, because if I don't have the strength, I can't even cover the Jamaica game, period. But I am going to start streaming from pretty much in an hour's time, from Nigeria, come straight to Jamaica. So hopefully my body stays up, because I'm going to stream like 6 full hours of football. It's a lot of football playing, people, U20s, every World Cup qualifiers. It's just a lot of football. So we saw our brother Drew Ross in the house, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Omar Fowler in the house, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Omar Henry, big up yourself, thanks for being here. El Mexi and our brother Martin Baker in the building. Yeah, man. Chorus in the house, big up yourself. Yeah, man. So hope you guys understand. I have a lot on my plate, and I am definitely trying to put out as much contents for you guys. Property for sale, our brother in the building. All right, so third round of the World Cup qualifiers, Concacaf region, where in which the top team for each group goes straight to the World Cup, and the 2 best second place teams go to the intercontinental thing to play for another spot. So only way you make the World Cup is definitely for surety is to finish first in your group. We had some good games played last night. You had Honduras squared up against Costa Rica. Costa Rica yet again don't get any more get a win as yet, and Costa Rica is one of the big dogs of the region. Ty, big up yourself. Float management, big up yourself. And Low, big up yourself. And definitely Haiti added big players to their team. Some of the best quality players them in the region, they're adding to their team, and they're getting results just as to how they're adding quality players. So quality always last, all right, or always show up. All right, that's the reason why they are quality. Triple E, big up yourself. Chorus in the building, and Eagle Republic. All right, so let me just give you the games. So Costa Rica 0-0, 83-0 over Nicaragua, and to be honest, they were the better team, deserved to win it, period. All right, Nicaragua will always play you on the ball and make it difficult for you, because that's what Nicaragua does. But Haiti also play on the ball and create moments and better moments. And Nazan continues to score yet again. Nazan is pretty much historic for Haiti's team, even though they're adding quality players. He's still turning up. Deadson keep on deading a lot of people, like always, creating and scoring again right there. So big up to Haiti. Haiti actually tops the group after 3 games. Another good result in this window, and Haiti might start looking to add some more pieces, and maybe the World Cup is way more inside. JD, I'm not getting notification for you. That's YouTube problem, to be honest, my brother, so I don't know how to solve it. All right, I've not been doing videos as frequent, so if the notification is not there, it is perfectly all right. You know, whenever I'm more regular, I think you will get the notification. But maybe today we'll break that cycle, because I am going to be on the internet more than once. So don't worry yourself. And Ghana have a foot in the World Cup. Ghana have already qualified for the World Cup as well. I got the notification. Big up yourself. stuff. All right, so Haiti first position, Honduras on 5 points as well, separated by goal difference. Costa Rica on 3, so Costa Rica is not out of it. They're still there, and it's very tight. So this group is coming down to the group of death situation. All right, so then you have the next one that I will be doing later because it's earlier. So people that will be joining this video, and they will come with their delusional takes. All of the games that I'm doing first before Jamaica is solely because they are literally before Jamaica's time. Jamaica hour is a little bit different than when I have the other games. So Suriname versus Guatemala will be playing at 11:30, 2 hours, 2 full hours before Jamaica, and Nigeria is playing 7 hours before Jamaica. So that's why those are my 2 first games. So look out for those games. I will have it on the Wemaxit channel, so look out for that. All right, so let me move on to the other games, which is the Jamaica Curacao. Then I look at the players, them tell you who I think. You can give me your take as well, what you think here and there. So Bermuda Trinidad will be a very good one. All right, Brian Burke said driving and listening. Thank you, Brian Burke, massive respect. JD, tell him to unsubscribe and then subscribe. Okay, you can do that because Eagle Republic told it says that's what works. All right, yes. So anyways, Trinidad versus Bermuda. In Bermuda, that is, Trinidad is on a point, and to be honest, Trinidad actually played better than Curacao and Jamaica in both games. I've watched both games over and over. So Trinidad would be the unlucky team to not be on any 3 points, but in both games they deserve to be on 3 points because they were better than both of the teams that they were playing. Just my opinion, people. If you watch the games for yourself, you might see that. And even when Trinidad coach finished York, he thought that he was better than Jamaica and he was better than Curacao. And at first I never agree with him, because I thought the games were very tight and stuff. But I think Trinidad comes into these games as it goes, and they definitely look better. They look much better than what we saw in England. Yeah, they're very much unlucky. So I want to say that they're going to be the favorites for this game. They are going to be the favorites for this game against Bermuda, but Bermuda shows you that they are not an easy team to play against. They play against Jamaica. They were better on the ball against Jamaica, and it was not even close. They played against Curacao, and they matched Curaçao's intensity on the ball because they are just a good passing team. They might lack certain qualities in certain areas, but the winger for Bermuda, Naki Wells up front, and their midfield works good. So maybe with a better goalkeeper and a better back four, Bermuda can beat most of these teams as well. You understand me? They don't look bad at all. So I don't think it's not impossible for Bermuda to beat Trinidad, because they could have beaten Jamaica and they could have beaten Curacao as well. You understand me? So even though this group is an easy group, I think a lot of these teams are close together than we actually first thought, because we thought that Jamaica and Curacao would have been the separation. But Jamaica and Curacao don't look better than these teams. Jamaica and Curacao might have the bigger players them. The biggest player in the entire group is on Trinidad's team, but the overall groupings them are Jamaica and Curacao in terms of the spread out in quality. Jamaica and Curacao has that over the other teams them. But to be honest, the performances are looking, the two teams that's at the bottom actually look better than the two teams at the top. It is shocking, but you had to watch the games to really understand what I was saying. Bermuda actually looks better, and Trinidad looks better than both the teams, and that's at the top. So I don't know if they're going to continue having that high spirit and play. Maybe something need to go one of them way, like Trinidad or Bermuda, for them to keep on playing. But what they presented in the first 2 games against Jamaica and Curacao, they don't look like they're better than them. We just know that the players that Jamaica and Curacao has, to an extent, is better than some of their players. You understand me? But big up to Trinidad and big up to Bermuda. I never expected this level of playing from them. I never expected that at all. So big up to them. TNT always look good on the ball. Jamaica have more quality. All right. In my opinion, Curacao overrated, and all this nervousness is on call for most of these bloggers. That's Andy Campbell. So Curacao is overrated. So what would you class Jamaica as, Andy Campbell? Because I've heard people in the federation saying that Jamaica is not a passing team, so don't expect them to pass any football. How much good teams are not passing teams? How much good teams are incapable of passing football? So, Andy Campbell, I want to tell you that maybe you are a little bit egotistic. You understand me? Because if Curacao is overrated and they can do football fundamentals, I don't think Jamaica is rated then. Because they can't do football fundamentals. And they're praising themselves can't do football fundamentals, which is passing the damn football. They're saying they're going to avoid passing football. So, Andy, oh, you look like, oh, you reason. Oh, you reason. That is just egotistic behavior, because you're putting down somebody to do football fundamentals. Bermuda, I am praising them, because if you don't look, football is a continuous thing. It doesn't stop on the first day. So Bermuda is not looking for only this World Cup. They're trying to build a formidable team to compete for years to come. Beautiful Day said, but we are winning. Curacao is winning too as well. But that doesn't mean, that's why I'm explaining the next side to you. Because every coach don't just look at just a result on the day. They are building something, so it's an autopilot. So Jamaica is winning games, but it's not looking convincing. So anytime it goes bad and the morale goes bad, it might just be a downhill more than anything else, because they don't have anything to clutch on to. They don't have a style to clutch on to. You understand me? It's just a group of players come together and get a point. So you can't disrespect other teams that's playing football. Curacao is very good at football. Regardless of Jamaica winning the game, that doesn't tell you that Curacao is overrated. All right, so you said Curacao is overrated. A poor Curacao team in the last 10 years, Jamaica played them 3 times. How much time Jamaica won the games? Just facts. We are going to just talk facts. So they played 3 times. How much time Jamaica beat them? Should be 3 of 3, right? So we need to research and just come out of our emotions and just talk facts. They played 3 times and it's split even. 1 win apiece and 1 draw. And Curacao got the better because they won the trophy in the game, the main game. You understand me? So let me respect other teams. Go in and push education in football. Because even I was watching U20s. Argentina played Nigeria. And from the first football kicked, Nigeria looked big, faster, light start. Football is not your thing. Football is not your thing, because if you hear what I've just said and you want to jump into 4-0 is not convincing. Say what you want. I've explained everything. All right, and I don't drink. I might be way more sober than you, and I am almost certain I'm more sober than you. All right, and one thing I don't have is a biased eye. And that's why the world can see me and appreciate me, because I'm just talking football. Anyways, let me explain something to you. U20s Nigeria team playing against Argentina U20s team. Nigeria big, fast, and strong, ridiculously good. And I am telling you, just the common sense from Argentina. You just saw them having the football fundamentals, moving to the areas. And it doesn't matter how big, fast, and super elite Nigeria is. I was on the phone with a person and I said, there's no goddamn way. No, there's no goddamn... I just turned it off because I said Nigeria can have no chance winning this damn game unless they get a penalty and a red card. Argentina run rings around Nigeria, and they're faster, stronger, everything. But to be honest, Argentina was just more sensible and more educated. You understand me? Yes. So all I'm saying is the football fundamentals is essential. Don't let anybody tell you about, oh, football and even play a certain way. I had a clip a man sent to me about Mr. Speed talking about what Jamaica system is and Jamaica faster than team. I can tell you, go and watch every game that Jamaica plays and the mileage that covers a comparative to the next team, and tell me how much games Jamaica outrun and outmile any other team. You understand me? So when I heard him say that, I'm saying, okay, this is what they brought this man on for. They were bragging about what he did in the Caribbean. What he did in the Caribbean, he failed in the lower tier of the Caribbean now. So nobody gloating this, because that's a failure. So he failed 80% of the time and be successful 20%, because it's 5 seasons now. 5 seasons, and he failed 4 times. Miserable. Nobody brought it up. And you get bonus, you get success. You get promotion for failure. You see what I was telling you? And Tapa gone. Tapa move on. Tapa move on. Right. That's all if you tell me, when you give me credit. You see it? People around Tapa, he might can't speak, but they put things to him, give him idea, and educated people around Mount Pleasant, and they're doing their thing. You understand me? They kick on run football against Mount Pleasant, now go work against everybody every day. You have to put some education in it. I was telling you guys. All right. So, anyways, let me continue. Big up on yourself, everybody that is coming in. Sheridan said, my respect to you, bro. I've not changed since I start watching you, and I respect you highly. Big up yourself, Sheridan. Thanks for being here. All right. Speed and FIFA technical committee. No, that is just, they have to remember. You have to do politics in FIFA. They have to get somebody from Jamaica. They have to get somebody from Trinidad, because they want vote at the end of the day. If you don't know, it's not based on any education. Don't fool yourself. All right. Yes, it is based on where you are and who is in charge. So they're gonna give those people positions. That's how it goes. All right. Yes. World Cup isn't lucky. It's discipline and reinforced skill. Yes, John Real, that is true. TEDx, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yes. So after all of that, I was just showing you how much football education is essential. You understand me? So this foolishness of telling people, oh, you need to just kick a wild ball here and everything is okay. No, we have quality players. We need to have a proper system and teach the people them something. Jamaica can play football. Don't let anybody tell you that Jamaica can't play football because you never see it in history. Because that's what he said, because I have the clip. Someone clipped it and sent it to me. You guys believe that Jamaica can't play football, because I saw Latibodier play football in Manchester City, Swansea, and everywhere. I saw Bernard play football everywhere. So every player can play football everywhere that they go, passing football, but when they come to Jamaican team, they can't play football anymore. So you see what the problem is? It's the education is the problem, because they can't implement a system with who they have to get the passing football from the same guys that's playing passing football at their clubs. So don't just get people on the trying the best to get these people out of position and get the right people in to get the best out of the Jamaica team, because the Jamaica team can be as good as what we see AD them doing and everybody doing. What's up, Eduardo? Yeah man. Don't worry yourself, AD coming. We're back into the videos per day. Don't worry, it's Jamaica system, it's not the players. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Mario Logan. So don't come and tell me about this and that. Jamaica can't play this. So people know for push back when they're talking those foolishness. Push back. You understand me? Omar, anyway, I saw the clip, the clip that sent to me with the overall narrative, what he was selling. Complete garbage. Make no sense at all. Don't let them fool the people. JD, do a video about passing. Yes. I'm gonna do a video with a coach. I'm gonna do a video with a coach and they explain to you. I think that is important, and we're gonna start push those things. Outside people, nobody know have to do with Jamaica. Outside people that have their license, qualified real license, not no basic makeup stories license. All right, real life license. I'm going to bring them come and they're going to explain to you about the fundamentals of football and all of those stuff, and we can have a good conversation and we move on from there. Don't let anybody limit you and tell you that certain thing can't be done. Jamaica can play good, maybe not as fluid as all of the natural born passing teams, but they can pass football. Remember guys, we literally saw Jamaica played Panama. I kept telling you guys, go back and watch the Jamaica-Panama game. It was a very good game. Don't let anybody fool you. Not because Jamaica never blew away Panama, but when have we ever blown away Panama? It never happened before, and it never will happen in history. But it was one of the best passing football Jamaica played. And it's ironic it was all the people that learned football was actually playing. Properly educated players playing together, and they looked very, very good. Let me go back to that game, the Panama victory. Very, very good game, guys. I watched that game a lot of time. Like, I'm asking where they went wrong, from that game. So 1-0 Jamaica. Let me give you the starting lineup. 1-0 Jamaica. Deshaun Bernard, very good range passer and short pass as well. Recovery time as well, because he's fast, similar to Damian Lowe. So he's there for the recovery speed. Michael Hector, one of the best composers in Jamaica's history. Very good passer. All right, Michael Hector. Think you can take him out of his house, and he's still the best Jamaican passer, period. All right. Then you have Lati Bodier. All of those players are passing footballers. Oh, ironic, they still passed it. Look at that. They had 38% against Panama. Listen to that, 38% against Panama. And I'm going to give you all the thirds them, what they did. All right, they had 250 6 accurate passes and created 53 final third entries. So you realize how much times they're getting through out of the 256 passes, and their precise passing and the overall passing that they did, so you can do the percentage for yourself, was 344. All right, and Panama had 555. Go and watch that game. Very, very good game to watch. You learn some things and you realize that sometimes maybe what they can't control, they have a problem with, rather than what Jamaica can do. And that becomes a limitation on the actual national team rather than a successful part. So if you make the World Cup now, it's not anything to build off because you never had a plan. You understand me? You're going to go with the running around and try to make an artificial squad again, when you should have a streamline going into a next World Cup, and Jamaica start making World Cups on top of World Cups because they're a good team. You understand me? Yes, that's what I was saying. Garrett, big up yourself. Speed said King is the best passer. When I watch King playing in Scotland, and definitely we don't know what to tell you, all right? And I don't know which eyeball he also said Brown is the best forward in the team as well. And he told me that directly. And he was the best player in training as well too. That's what he told me. So I kind of stopped taking his words as power anymore. But anyways, let me move on from that. That was just me breaking down what we're seeing now, and how most of our brothers them struggling on the football pitch, and it's all down to people that is managing the positions around them. And we need to start finding ways to force those people out and get the right people that wants good for the countries them, you know. We trying to use our speed to outrun them, but beautiful day. Have you watched Jamaica team and how much teams that Jamaica actually faster than? Because that's my problem, beautiful day. The faster than thing is not translating, because we played Bermuda. We saw 3 players that had the similar amount of dribbles as Cephas, but they had more control over their dribbling, and he did it against Curacao as well. He looks fast because he was running past everybody just the same. So I don't understand, you know. So against Trinidad, Spicer them looks just the same fast. A guy that's not on my boy from Russia, he was unfit. He looks like the fastest player on the pitch, just the same, because he just kept getting behind Jamaica's back line. Obviously, it was offsides majority of the time because he could hold his line because he was too fast. to put the ball in Jamaica's back. So I don't understand. I think it's just a wrong, it's a wrong narrative that they're trying to sell. You know? Yeah, Levi Garcia. Sorry, Levi. Yeah. So we have to be careful. We're trying to force, like we're trying to cut corners, because we like to cut corners, you know. And I think we might con ourselves out of the World Cup by employing these people to tell you these, because obviously he's saying this, you know. So that is what they're trying to implement. So you're telling me that for the next World Cup, we're going to see Haiti better than Jamaica at passing and everything. We're going to see Suriname better than Jamaica at passing. Trinidad better than Jamaica at passing. Remember, we already have Canada, Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica at the top, you know. So and then you have the natural Central American teams, that's already better than us at passing. So that means 15 teams will be better than Jamaica at passing. So what that tells you, 15 teams against Jamaica will have more control possession. Nicaragua, the best. Nicaragua, who was the man of the match for Nicaragua? I'm going to show you what control in football means. Who was the man of the match for Nicaragua versus Jamaica? Andre Blake. Who was the man of the match for Jamaica against Honduras? Andre Blake. Who was the man of the match for Guadeloupe against Jamaica? They gave it to Liam Bailey, but Liam Bailey gave it to Andre Blake. You realize that? So, can control possession. You can create chances, yes, but you're always in a dogfight. Big teams do the job with their minds and not with their foot. They do it with their minds and not with their foot because they're already in the right position at all times. So that strategy will not work. That means every game, every game we are going to be in a dogfight with every team. It doesn't matter which team it is. So when a USA can beat everybody and avoid injuries and all of those things, we have to go 100 miles per hour, pop out 15 ACL, and then we have 4 players left for the next game when we could have properly presented a better way to get things done. So I honestly don't believe in that policy going forward, and I don't think it's going to work. And I think people will figure that out very soon. But anyways, Jamaica versus, and I hope the coaches taking information from Mr. Speed, but don't forcefully implement everything that he says. Process it and see if it works with your module that you have. Because it might not work. It never worked for Cavaliers. 80% of the times it never worked for Cavaliers. So, and this is higher level football. So more likely it might not work for you. All right, and JD, players like Aiden must annoyed. You never watch the game. Aiden cussing against Bermuda. He was cursing because Bermuda passing rings around him, and he's just saying, "King, stop kick the ball long. Give it to me at least 1 or 2 times. At least go back and watch the game." He's saying it, you know. So that means the players them not really happy with what they're seeing, because they become a part of the game is to play through them, because some are creative midfielder like a KC Palmer, but if he has to be a enforcer and I feel it's going to be hard for him to be an enforcer. So that means you need to play 3 defensive centrals and 1 defensive central that can play a hybrid system, can get into the box and still come back and defend for the system that you're trying to play, because you're going long from your center backs them to your forward. So that means your midfield and become nothing. They're just there to try and screen, you know, and it doesn't help them because it doesn't motivate them because they're not into the games, you know? Yeah, so I think the coach need to look at that as well. You have to keep all the players them happy and in the game and involved as well, you know? Yes, at least that's my take, you know? JD, what you think about King playing CDM? Ooh, the genius. No, I don't think King can play CDM. I think his composure, I like his composure, you know? I think 2 things can work at the same time. I like his composure. I once said he could play CDM, but his lack of awareness, lack of spatial awareness, which is exposing in the Scottish League. I think even if he could, maybe in the future he would have to try that one. But now today, I think against Bakuna Brothers them, I think that is just you giving up possession easy. I think they will walk rings around him without any issues at all. You know? They will just walk rings around him. Yeah, but you have to get a player that is comfortable at defending to play the system that they want with Aiden as well, rather than we have two attacking minded players playing with Aiden and then Aiden left alone inside that box. So maybe if they want to work with the system, no problem. You have to make some players for that system. You understand me? That's my problem. So you have to make some players. Anderson might be one of those players. You know? Keep beating sense into them, JD. Speed, say we don't know football. I am almost certain that I'm in a country that is registered as one of the highest football education in the entire world. Yeah, and I'm around those people and learning from them, you know? And I've said things years before he came and agreed with me. So but I know I saw his philosophy because he looks at the anomaly always and then praise the anomaly always, because he was always trying to export, saying that, oh, you see that teams can win against Spain. How much time they won against Spain with less possession? You understand me? Why you not turn the coach? No, I can't turn the coach in Jamaica. Jamaicans don't like people telling the truth, yeah. So how can I go to Jamaica and turn a coach and then they kill me? Speed said Jamaican coaches don't know football. That's a lie, because I think Tapa is a bigger coach than Speed. Tapa can't express himself because he might not be as articulate with his words in English. But if you listen to what he's saying, if you listen to what he's saying and how he puts his team on the field, they are much more cohesive than Mr. Speed's team. Every single time I saw them played. Look at all of my videos that I come and said, Mr. Speed not playing football here. It's a handy system this man is setting up here. And trying to stay in games, you know, rather than trying to win games, you know. All right, so he will try have 0% and win 1% of the time and brag on the 1% of the time. Because that's how egotistic people works. Narcissistic people, that's how they work. Right? Tapa dominate all of those games. Every game, even the one that he lost. Because he missed 55 chances. All right? Yes. They just fired the coach that behaves like me. You know? Because telling that certain players are not good at, not up to the standard and need more work. They fired the coach that tell him that King ain't good enough. He needs to stay in Iceland and work on himself. So they're gonna fire me before I even come in. They're gonna say it's the only thing I'm black. JD, become a coach. You don't have to coach Jamaica. JD for Miran job. No, you're mad, man. I'm just explaining something to you. And this B, I had someone sent me a clip and B stands for basic. I heard that a long time ago, you know. So before we get into the lineup, because I'm going to do lineup, I have limited time. Remember, I said 30 to 45 minutes. These videos are going to go, and we're not going to break that cycle. This basic license thing, I even asked a registered coach, and he said, no, you don't have any basic license. RDO stands for entry level license. So there is no basic license over the world. So the B that he's saying for in Concacaf, it's not basic license. It doesn't stand for basic license. You understand me? B should be after C. B should be the second step up level, but it's not a basic level. Basic is always the entry level to all license. So I said, but you know, I heard a coach in Jamaica that's in a good position kept saying that. And then I went and typed it in for myself, and it said the same. Entry level license are C, you know, and that's what's called basic, you know, but you don't have a license name basic at all, you know. So I don't know. I don't know if Trinidad and Jamaica making new license and new rules. I don't know. So I have to do a little bit more research on the Jamaican side and Trinidad side to see if they invent new rules and new license. Because maybe that's why we don't understand the football, because it's something that is invented between Trinidad and Jamaica. So maybe that's why we're not privy to it. But like all people that are privy to all other licenses, it's not saying what Mr. Speed is saying. So I don't know. So anybody that have a coaching license or do coaching and stuff, can you help me out? Because I heard him saying things and I don't know if it's for Trinidad and Jamaica. And nobody else knows in the world, because I'm asking people from the world and they're saying, no, that's not accurate, you know? So I'm kind of confused. And you know, we build these shows to understand things, you know? So I don't know if it's just a Jamaican term or they are inventing some new things. I honestly don't know. So I'm just trying to figure it out. So please educate me in the chat once we start. So let me look at some lineup now. Since we know and we hear what the man them said them are gonna do. So I don't want to hear nobody come and tell me Jamaica got outpass and dominate and beat up nobody because the coach advisor said that we now play them system there. Flat out just fling football wide and bam ball on it. And World Cup we say that's how football play. Luan Pinnock as centre back, Amari Bell and Dexter on the left and right. All right. So who is the middle players? Genius. Lanzi, big of yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. JD, with all that Dutch football knowledge, I think if even Clarendon College, you should share it with. To be honest, you know, yeah, Andy, it's just because I don't brag on what we have done, but I think our resume speaks for itself, all right? Get the ball on the Jason Guna said, get the ball on the wing and run and bust it. Don't just kick the ball soft. Bust the ball through the net. All right, because that is Jamaica's term. Bust the ball through the net. All right, it's not going to be counted as a goal. You hear me? yes, big Benzema. Yeah. Wait until I get to my prediction. I'm trying to pick a team. Good morning, Detonation and everyone. Yeah, man, as you come in, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe because this is my preview, you know, people. Because I'm not going to be here for the 2 hours that we normally do to build up the show. I'm going to come maybe 1 minute before the game start if I'm not tired. Because if Nigeria game is stressing and Suriname game is stressing, I am going to be sleeping before the Jamaica game start. Yeah. So you have to watch this and like this video because maybe this is the only one I get. Because one thing I can tell you, blood, Nigeria and Jamaica similar, blood. Nigeria even worse than Jamaica. Nigeria even worse because Nigeria have way bigger players. And goddamn, every Nigeria game stress me out. Worse than Jamaica games, blood. All right? Because you're looking at all names and passing football and winning games ain't in Nigeria's DNA. And they have $400 million worth of players on the damn field. 400 million. And 2 passing can't exist. Big kick and run over this and bust the ball through the net. And you have some little tiny human beings from South Africa say, all right then, 1 + 2 and 3. All right. You're going to know what number that is. So all of the run up and down on the big ball, they make a pass the ball around you. You better make FIFA sanction we so we can lose points for when we can qualify because we can't beat we. and I'm telling you, every time Nigeria was South Africa dominate. Even when Nigeria win the games them because a big kick and run, South Africa dominate Nigeria. And all one doing is just playing football, just moving the football on the field. So you do have teams struggle with the level of football around the world. So, and surprisingly, I follow a lot of those teams. So the edit that I do get on the internet is ridiculous, you know. JD, Nigeria have a chance to qualify. Yes, they have a chance to qualify now low because they went in and said South Africa got too much points. So we just make up a story or the field never go deduct 3 points from them, blood. FIFA is a corruption here. FIFA is a corruption here. Because I just felt that they were going to take some points from South Africa from something, you know. They just wanted something that the rest of the public agreed with. And they just take away 3 points from South Africa. And now Nigeria is back in it. You understand me? Yes. So Nigeria is back in it. But they never actually played for that position because they never won the games them. You understand me? I said that to you long time. Now Jamaica mirror Nigeria, yeah. JD, is Costa Rica in trouble? And based on how tight the group is, no, not as yet. Because how tight the group is, just 1 win, flip 3 teams. So not as yet. And it's not like they're playing bad. They're playing good, but the goals are just not flying. Ugalde, I think I know why they're not winning it, but I'm not going to say it because people will say that I'm just eating on a player. You understand me? I think Ugalde should just play lone striker in the team, you know? What JD... wait, JD, they took points from South Africa? Yes, they took 3 points and they are looking to take 3 more too as well. Don't worry yourself. By the end, Nigeria might not win a game and still qualify for the World Cup. Because remember, they had a conversation 4 months ago, to take points from Rwanda and South Africa, You understand me? And it's not that reason they took 3 points from them for, So you see, if Nigeria don't win again today, which we are going to be watching that one, believe me, they're going to figure a way to take 3 more points from them. Yes, so I don't know Nigeria. I think Nigeria will end up qualifying because FIFA is trying their best to make sure they qualify. All right, so going into this one, the odds saying that Jamaica is a 0.60 favorites. All right, yes, it's madness detonation. You guys need to read it. You need to read it. Read how they took points from South Africa and how much more story they're bringing up. So the guys then win their games, and then I'm almost sorry for South Africa because they won the games. Them Nigeria decide to play the game on the pitch, right? Nigeria and others decide to play the game on the pitch, and they said okay, it's bad, but 2 teams playing on the pitch. Because if you watch my video, I played the coach and everything, so he agreed with playing the game, and then after that, they don't win the game. Then all of a sudden now, they took the points then back from them, so I just don't like this FIFA drama, who bring bigger fan bases and support the thing. It looks like that's what they try to, on my Wemaxit channel, you can go there, take time talk JD, we have, the worst pitch. Well, South Africa pitch, they brought Nigeria to a pitch, and, it is what it is, but, yeah, but Jamaica going into this one they said Jamaica is a favorite slightly of 0.60. All right, Nigeria and Jamaica in similar position where FIFA is concerned. Yeah, I think FIFA want Jamaica to qualify, but at least Jamaica win games. At least Jamaica get some points. You understand me? Nigeria not getting the points them, and people losing points after winning the points them, and Andy. So I can't say Jamaica is technically in the same position. Jamaica got a help by the rankings before the group played, and Jamaica got an easier group. Nigeria got an easy group as well, but Nigeria failed to win the games. So I want to say, I got to say that I don't think Jamaica and Nigeria is in the same, because at least Jamaica win the games. We might complain that they don't look good and this and that, but at least they won the damn games. Nigeria not winning the games. It is the points taking back the other teams and making Nigeria have a true chance, Yes, so going into that one, Jamaica, they said, have the slight advantage. A little still, but it's and they said the draw is the more favorable one because the draw is a 3.1. All right, and Jamaica has a 2.40 in order to win. All right, yes, and then every other double chances and chance if you're betting is very much even. All right, yes, 80% West African DNA. The pitch has nothing to do with performance. Look at Mane, see where you grew up. All right, so anyways, now let me look at we're going to set the team now. Andre Blake 100% in goal. 100% Andre Blake in goal. Right, 100%. I don't think Wait helped himself. I think Wait proven, even though he's better with his foot than Andre Blake, show you that you have to be a keeper first. I always had that problem at Manchester City, because Edison, I don't think he's a good keeper. I never thought that Edison was a good keeper at all. That's why I always liked Alisson, because Alisson was actually a keeper. Edison was light years better than Alisson on his foot, But that is like you're just a midfielder, bro. You understand me? So, Wait, he will pass the ball a little bit better under pressure. But Wait is 2 errors in every game. Every single game, it doesn't matter which level he's playing. Because I saw him play Dominica, he gave away 2 big errors. Saw him play Bermuda, he gave away 2 big errors. So it doesn't matter who he's playing. And then when he plays Trinidad, it's the same thing. You get me? So definitely Blake is we don't care if him have no foot. He don't have to have any foot. He has to be the number 1. All right, because he has hands. He has hands. All right. So Blake gets the nod. I think everybody agree with that. And I was telling you guys a long time, but I think I have proven myself again right on weight and his errors then that he cause always. All right. So Blake comes back in. That is a massive boost for Jamaica. Then at the back line, still gave up 2 errors per game as well between King and Damian Lowe. So that is unacceptable because it's down to who take the two errors them and score per game. Because not because Jamaica never conceded. Jamaica never conceded because of not Jamaica, because of the other team not finishing. So that's what we need to put into it. So we need to improve the defense based off that. All right. So how we would improve the defense? The left-hand side, I think we clearly see that none of these other guys, aside from Bell and Pinnock, none of them can play left-hand side good. We saw King tried it in Scotland. It went terrible against Celtics and others as well. So clearly King can't play the left-hand side of centre-back at any high level. All right. He's slow on his foot, can't pass, which they said he's the best passer, according to what people told me in the chat. But he couldn't pass in none of those games. Alistair Johnston and those guys running from the right back position to take the ball from him because he's 3 seconds slow because he's not on the right side. All right. So Damian Lowe and King are right-sided centre-backs. All right. They are right-sided centre-back, so they cannot play on the left-hand side. So 2 left-hand side centre-back we have, which is Pinnock and Bell. And that's why I told him I don't want to see Bell playing left-back anymore. Try get a next left-back so we can slot Bell to be the replacement for Pinnock and work on that side. Let me know if you guys are right with that, because once we get Low prone to give away errors over the left hand side. He gave away 2 big errors. Naki Wells never finished one and Trinidad never finished one. Anytime you press Low on left hand side, he's going to kick the ball to the immediate and rushing forward. He did it 2 times in the last 2 games Jamaica played and gave away 2 big chances in those 2 games. So Low is better on the right hand side. So don't try to force people on the field. Put the man that fits the positions. So Low or King over the right hand side, which is going to be rivaling with Latibodir and Oldgate. All right. But Ethan Pinnock or Bell, I think should be over the left hand side. All right. If you want to stretch both of them and put both of them on the field, no problem. But play them in their position, because we clearly saw that the left-hand side ain't working at all. All right. Greetings from Angola. Dark gamer, thanks for being here. Rico Henry no look like him a tech that call up. People sometimes when you hear these things, don't jump to believe, because some of the time these guys never gave Jamaica no green light that they're going to ever play for Jamaica. All right. I think some of these stories are made up by people and sell you down a road by people as well. All right? Because sometimes if you hear Mr. Speed and all of these guys talk, they don't want most of these players. So why you think they're going to go to try get most of these players? It's not true. It's not true. All right? So just take it with a grain of salt when you hear these things. All right? Yeah, so... Yes, it's going to be 4-4-2. It's going to be 4-4-2 because they said they don't play with midfield. That's what the coach said. Wing transition football we're working with. So it's going to be 4-4-2 majority of the time. All right. So, because they have to have some ability to defend, because remember, the forwards, them don't retain the ball good enough. So Cephas on the wide and Campbell retain the ball better than Cephas, 100%. But Cephas added to the team, which they said is a must start, automatically force it to a 4-4-2. Couldn't be a 4-3-3 because the whole of that fullback era will be exposed like Guadeloupe situation, and they're going to torture Jamaica on those wide areas. So you have to keep it compact and then break. All right, JD, you must edit. Okay. But I'm not in the Jamaica space, you know. And I just try to just present just average things, because these things that I'm saying is just normal thing. If you move on, it's all about positioning on the offensive side and on the defensive side. All right, yes. So I'm just presenting the best way, and I think the best way to get the result against Curacao is just to play anti-football, because they don't have enough time to play actual football. You know, they have not introduced that system, so I don't think it's going to change. So I see a 4-4-2. I think they're going to go with Bell and Pinnock over the left hand side. They are going to use Damian Lowe over the right hand side, because Damian Lowe will need the recovery speed, and Damian Lowe is actually good over the right hand side. He does sometimes under pressure make the bad pass here and there, but King does pass the ball bad a lot more than Damian Lowe as well. He will get it correct at a higher length than Damian Lowe, but he will pass the ball bad a lot of times, and he's very slow in his brains. His movement, his awareness is so slow. And from in the Jamaica team, I think Damian Lowe should start with Pinnock. Damian Lowe, because he can recover. So Damian Lowe and Pinnock, I would start. And then Lembekisa starts back, because I'm going to use Campbell. So Campbell and Lembekisa can hold that right-hand side, because the right-hand side will be essential to stop them, because that's where they're going to try and use their speed. They're actually fast as well, but technical. All right? I don't worry about low passing. It's the rush tackling. All right, but... all right, so I'm going to try solve the rush tackling problem. Conflict between Low and Oldgate going to bring out the best in both. Them trying to prove something. All right, Shane Biller and big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right, so that's the back four. And then I started to shape the area. So to be honest, I know you guys saying that FIFA should go in. I don't think FIFA should start in this game. I think this game is not a game for FIFA starting. Because I just believe that they are going to overload the midfield if FIFA starts, because he's not patient enough and he's not technically good enough. He just runs up and down. That's what he offers. All right. Neil Gold says Pinnock should not start. So what would you put? Greg Lay and Amari Bell, because you don't have any left-sided players. And you're okay with the back line that you just saw a goal? Because I'm telling you, if you go with the same back line, Jamaica not winning the game. If you go with the same backline of Lowe and King, Jamaica not winning the game. Because I think Curacao taking every chance that Jamaica give them. Every single chance that Jamaica give them. Yeah, and I'm trying to cut out the errors. And we pointed out the errors that you can't refute. Bell and Lowe. Bell and Lowe with my boy on the right hand side. Greg Lay on the left hand side. All right. JD, I like how Greg Lay play last 2 games. That's what I'm saying. So if you and I'm okay with that. If you said Bell and Low, I have no problem. I have no problem. Neil goes. I have no problem, because I know that Bell can play the left hand side. I just want people playing their right position so they can deal with situation. I would start King. I would not start King. I think King should not start, because if you put in Bell is not as fast. Pinnock is not as fast. You need somebody that can recover. You need a recovery speed player in the team, because Jamaica is going to try and go long, and then sometimes our fullback will step up, and then one of our centre backs goes over next area, and the team become disjointed. So you need somebody that can track back fast enough. You understand me? And we kept seeing that. Ray Burrell said, you should play Lati over Dexter. Ooh. So why not play Lati as a centre-back? Because Lati can play centre-back at the right-hand side as well. All right? So Low and Pinnock. That's what I would have gone for, but they said Bell and Low they want to put in. In midfield now, I would have gone for Anderson. And if Latibodier not going to start, Anderson and Latibodier in the middle. Because remember, we already we already decide that this is how Jamaica play football and they don't want to play any other way. So I'm going for Anderson for his recovery speed in midfield, and the ability to come and drop off and take the ball off the centre backs. So give them an option rather than to kick it long. So Anderson and Latibodier I would put in midfield. Anderson and Latibodier if we're not going to play him on the right back position, and that's why I save Latibodier, because Latibodier can pass and can break up play. And we don't have anybody else in the team can break up a play in midfield and Latibodier. Anybody at all left. No Ian Frey, nobody at all. Because Ian Frey is not a true defensive central. You understand me? He's not a true defensive central. So I wanted the box-to-box ability from a young Anderson. So my midfield would be Latibodier and Anderson, because they said they don't play midfield football. Remember, I'm going off what they say, you know. So I would have gone for those two in midfield. So that means the wing areas them can focus on those things. Both Anderson and Latibodier don't want to play. They just want to break up play. They're okay with that. Ian Frey, very slight. Yes, yes. So that's how I'm looking. And then now, if I'm going to put that in now, the tough one. Campbell has to start. Campbell, Kadama, Thierry. Right. And then I was looking at it, you know. I was looking at it to say, oh, we're going to do the left-hand side because you don't have Damara Gray. You don't have Damara Gray. Playing Lati on the right would turn back 4 into a back 3. Okay, so you want a hybrid system. God damn. So if we're not going to have the ball, oh, you're going to turn it into a back 3. Ray Burrell, if we're playing an anti-football system, which is not to want to hold the ball, it's the counter-attack. Or you're going to turn it into a back 3. Because that's the problem in Ray Burrell. Certain things can't happen if you do it a certain way. The reason Manchester City did that and Arsenal doing this, you know, is based on them having the ball. So Ray Burrell, I want you to greatly answer that question, because I want to see you put that on a blackboard. Oh, you do that. Oh, you do that. that Grimmy did. Yeah, Grimmy did that, but people never like Grimmy's system, and Grimmy picked different players, you know. Anderson and Bobby, you're putting in. God damn, but Anderson is not as defensive, you know. Anderson offers you the ability to take the ball from the defenders them and bring it forward, but the tackling ability, he doesn't have it at that high level. And you would want to use him to be the enforcer, which I think never really looked good the last time he came on against Guadeloupe. Tried to slow the game down. He does pick the ball up well. I love his work rate and everything. But when you ask him to do the tackling as well, he's not the DM that you want. He's much more of a box-to-box left wing type player. I think he's shaping out more to that rather than a central player. You know, so he can play the box-to-box role, going into a cam role and to the wing role. That's what he does. I want us to keep the ball. Yeah, but the man them run the place still, so they're not keeping the ball. That is overrated. You know? So a bust football in the back of net. That's how it goes. So we just trying to build a system that busts the ball to the back of the net the right way. Yeah, so the left-hand side now. God damn. We might have to. God damn. Oh, the left-hand side look for you guys. Oh, the left-hand side look for you guys. Oh, the left-hand side, look for you guys. I was thinking of something, you know, but maybe we would have run out of players. Because I was saying one day if we could use Greg Lay as the left midfielder, I think that would be an exceptional job, you know, to use Greg Lay as the left midfielder. Because remember, we're not looking for creativity so much from in midfield. We're looking for stability to break up things in midfield to get it to our forward as best as possible. And Greg Lay, I can tell you the people, I don't think you know how good Greg Lay is as a player, you know. So Greg Lay as that left midfielder would, and then use Campbell to be the out and out creator from that side. So my winning formula would be a 4 at the back, a Damian Lowe Pinnock. And then we have Bell, because obviously I think that's what they're going to work with. Then we have Lembe Kisa with Blake. Then in midfield we have Anderson Latibodier. And then right hand side we have Campbell back on the right, and then we have Greg Lay on the left hand side, and then of midfield. And then up front now, if you want to use Kadama Thierry and Cephas, so that means Cephas would have been relinquished of that creative building on the back, or stability, defensive, and just thinking. All right, yes. So that's how my 11 would have looked, and I think that 11 would have still dealt with the ball better. Yes, Bobby would have gone on the bench. Bobby would have gradually come into the game, because if Cephas has to play, that's my problem, you know. Because you know who I would have started Bobby to play behind Kadama Thierry. Bobby to roam behind Kadama Thierry and link the play. Because Bobby played well the last time I saw Bobby played against Honduras in Jamaica as a central forward. Go back and watch that game. You get me? Bobby played as a central forward before. Daniel Johnson played as a central forward before. And that's two of the games that I saw Jamaica pass the football the best. Yes, that's what they said. Cephas has to play, and I don't know which football they're really watching, you know? I saw Maverick them build video, Cephas has to play. And every propagandist, Cephas has to play. Cephas is the most impactful player. I don't see that. I think Cephas causes more problems on the field than he actually solves. Because I think why Jamaica football looks so pretty much handicapped on the left-hand side, I think it's because of Cephas. I think he doesn't read the game well. He doesn't have the football fundamentals. None at all. But he just adds the excitement. That's what they want. I honestly believe that. That's just my opinion. You know, I could be wrong. But I'm almost certain that I know I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think if you put a Damara Gray there, which is a better retainer of the football, you know, even if you have Liam Bale on the field with Tyrese Campbell, you get a better composure in the deeper areas, and not the bomb rushing, head loose, head not good, flying forward, and we have to run left everybody, and you know them egotistic. That just sounds exactly like we hack. Like he's the perfect definition of what we are trying to be. You know, like the way we act. We are better than everybody, faster than everybody. That's the type of player we created. That's why we like him so much, you know. But if you look at the football itself, others offer a lot more on the field, but we just, it fit our personality. So that's why we seems to not really like it so much. JD, who you bringing off the bench in the second half? We want to retain us the ball. Kaim Dixon is not a bad option off the ball. Burrell is there, so Burrell will be the instant replacement for Kadama Thierry. So Burrell, Kaim Dixon, we'd ask him to do a job, because remember we have limitation on the wide areas. You understand me? Yes. And if we have to drop deep with a 1-0 lead, then we can put on Cephas and just put him in areas that he can just be a positive. You understand me? So, as I said, in my system, Cephas only can play striker. Just striker alone. Nowhere else. Just striker alone for me. You get me? Yes. Jera said 3-4-1-2. Blake, Lati, Pinnock, Lowell, Lay, Anderson, Frey, Dexter, Bobby, Bailey, Kadama Thierry, and Tyrese. All right. Tyrese Campbell play left side. Yes, I know where Tyrese Campbell plays, but because the other players them can't play any other side, that's why Campbell playing over the right hand side. You understand me? And he does solve Jamaica's problem over right hand side, which is to expose the right back. We always had that problem. That's why we thought that all of our right backs weren't good, which is just our actual wingers weren't good enough, good enough of a team player. That's what we figured out, you know. Our wingers weren't good enough as a team player, because Campbell come in and solve Dexter Lembekisa's little lapse in judgment there, because he's defensively sound and he offers something going forward. So it was just the right winger problem we had at that time, and we seems to have that problem when we don't have Damara Gray as well. If you ask most opposition fans or coaches who they fear the most, Cephas or Gray, they will tell you Gray, because Gray is easier to Cephas is easier to shut down. Yes, if you drop deeper to the line, Cephas has nowhere to go, because he will never cut by the ball, he will never pass the ball, he will never hold his head up. Obviously he did it 1 or 2 times, but that's the anomaly and not the actual majority. You understand me? So you need people that they are fully functional. on the football field. I don't think he's so fully functional on the football field, in my opinion. It's just my opinion still. You know, I'm not being harsh on him. I think I'm just saying what I saw, you know? Yeah. And you know, they don't, okay. And the locals don't rate Campbell. They want Dixon to start over him. Dixon ain't close to Campbell at all. Dixon ain't close to Campbell at all. You know, look how big and physical, imposing Campbell is. Which is actual size. That's true, JD. Our wingers really kill our fullback. Yes, but they never wanted to get, because it's Liam Bailey and Damara Gray. Nobody talks about it. They said it's Dexter not good. Greg Lee not good. When really and truly it's Liam Bailey not good. Damara Gray not good. Because they're not helping. Remember, you know, we had the answer, you know, United States, when Robinson goes in as the inverted defensive central. They said they knew that Liam Bailey wouldn't have followed Anderson, Robinson. That's why they did it. And they scored 5,000 goals on Jamaica. It's like we don't remember those things, you know. It's like we forgot everything. We forgot every single thing. It happened to us over and over, you know, and we just forgot it. Yes. So Liam Bailey was always a problem for Jamaica team rather than a solution. You understand me? Because he just doesn't do the right things. And remember, as a coach, this is Pochettino said that, you know. It's Pochettino said that on Robinson, you know. That's why they won the game against Jamaica. Because they knew that Liam Bailey wouldn't have followed him inside. Or they were counting on him not to follow him inside, and he never did. And all of the goals them came from Liam Bailey. Obviously, he made some clumsy passes and stuff that led to the goal, but he also wasn't in the position to help the team, and that's where they exploited. That's the area that they exploited people. All right, I've been saying it before. Campbell Dexter was being exposed. Yes. But coaches from the opposition kept saying that. So that's my lineup, people. I gave you my time. I gave you 1 hour 50 more than the 40 because we know that it's match day. I have to run. Too much hype. Don't want. All right. Come on, people. In the chat, let me hear you say soup. All right, Dirty are coming and say soup. You know. Well, I'm gonna try and catch game, and I'm hoping that it's soup as what Dirty says. But based on what they have said, Jamaica never in any soup. A always fight. You know. So I expect a battle later, just the same as all the other games, you know. But JD, that's Jamaica's system. 0 to 100, give it time. All right, all right, determined. Take care of yourself, my brother. All right, take care. All right, people, smash the like button and see you later. Hopefully I do survive, but I'm gonna have 2 games before that, so you will know that I'm on the internet and you will know how much it took out of me if you don't see me on the Jamaican stream. But I'm gonna try and make the Jamaican stream. All right, so take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye bye.